Right, taking this for a test ride now. And automatically just pulling away, it felt more responsive, like it wanted to go. Normally I have to get the revs up a little bit to go, because it feels like it just wants to stall out, like it hasn't got any grunt. But literally just then, I hardly even pulled the throttle and it just wanted to go. So that was one thing that I've just noticed that's smoothed out on it. They did say that that would happen, but I thought I would just mention it, that I actually did feel that. The bike itself, already I've noticed it hasn't got like a judder anymore. So normally when you are just cruising at, you know, a set speed, you know, whether it's 20, 30, 40, 50, 70, you sort of notice a hunting effect where it's sort of like it pulls a little and then slows down, like it wants to go, then slows down, wants to go, then slows down. This doesn't. I'm barely touching the throttle now as well, and it's not hunting, it's not doing that hunting thing, it's not making me go oh type thing. It's a lot smoother, and that's just taking it for the tiniest little spin round here just now. Thank you, sir. Oh, and that shifter, okay, that was different. That felt very quick and smooth. Like, BMW have got an absolute fantastic quick shifter set up as it is. Like, it's one of the best OEM shifters that I've felt. Like, I used Tektronix aftermarket shifters and HM quick shifters, but just then it might have been just me, but I'll test it more as we go on for the ride. But that just felt like, or even the Blippergen, that felt more sharp, smoother, more responsive. Oh yeah, oh that was much better. Oh wow. No, okay, the shifter definitely is so much smoother. I couldn't tell I was changing gear. 30 miles an hour. It normally does a lot of hunting. Nah, it's not. It actually is easier to keep at 30 miles an hour. Just letting go of the throttle then, it also didn't shunt me forwards. Yeah, and now it's cut off. Okay, that's interesting. So normally when I would go and I'd shut off the throttle, it would just go ooh and would be quite aggressive on the engine braking. But this sort of, like, you still get that engine braking, but what it does is, rather than you shut off, it's slowing down, and now it's slowing down more. So you get sort of like a slow decline. So it's like it gives you a couple of seconds to get into full braking. Yeah, and now it's kicking in. Yeah, okay, that's a lot smoother. Don't do it, please. Wow, that shifter. And that, even just getting up to speed, there's no, it's hard notchiness, there's no notchiness. So if I pulled the throttle open a little bit, it would get to that set speed. As before, what would happen is I would open the throttle to where I remember where the set speed is, and what it would do is it would sort of like go a little bit and then it would go quick. But this feels more linear. Like, I'll open the throttle, it will start getting there, and then open the throttle a little bit more, and it will get there a little bit more, and then it will only stop where I stop my hand on the throttle. As before, it would be sort of like you'd have to open it up, get it there, close off a little bit, and keep on. Oh, I love that decline. I love that decline. The deceleration. That's so much smoother. I'm going to take this on the motorway as well to give it a little blast to see how that feels. What mode have I got it in on the suspension? Dynamic, and no wonder why it feels a bit solid. I was like bouncing around, going, put it into road, soften it up. Whoa, okay, wow. What the fuck happened there? I actually did open the throttle then. It wasn't like it surprised me. Well, what surprised me was when I would open it up normally, well, that was instant. It was instant, like, bang on, it wants to go. Like, it had, I don't know, 15% more power or something. It just wanted to pull. And I didn't really give it beans. I just was not expecting that. So first impressions just from this tiny little ride, I'm noticing lots of things. This bike has transformed. It actually feels like it's going like it should. Oh yeah. Oh, that quick shift is so much smoother. I know what I've got to test when I get on the motorway. A 6th gear pull. Normally when you're in 6th gear and you do a pull, it's kind of a little bit like, yeah, it'll happen tomorrow type thing. Oh, there's that guy with literally like no t-shirt, no protection whatsoever. Probably got rubber gloves on. It's a hot day, but look, I'm in leathers, I'm sweating my nuts off. I've even got my motorcycle jeans on. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, I tried to stall it a little then, and it didn't want to know. It was like, no, we're going. Any other time that would have stalled. I'm impressed. So far, BHP UK, you've come through, but a couple more things I need to do. Oh, and that quick shifter. Oh wow, that down blipper, nicer. Way. Yeah, it's more, that's definitely a lot more responsive. That's a lot more responsive. It feels so much smoother. It just feels like it gets up to speed quicker, even on like quarter throttle. Okay, so normally between 3 and 4 I get a little bit of like, I used to get like a hesitation, like it kind of doesn't want to go if I open the throttle a tiny bit, but then it just kept on pulling. I'm going to do a little bit of a quick start, see if it stalls, because normally when I try and do a quick start and dump the clutch, it just stalls me, so I had to readapt and really rev it. Oh wow. No, there was no drop in RPM then when I let it bite and then I dropped it. Before, it would kind of like, when you would do that, it would, how can I say it? It would sort of like, it would snatch, try and stall out and then go. No, not then. Like, it just went so smooth. Like, I could have just dumped the clutch and it would have been fine, I reckon. That was one thing that my dad had problems with when he jumped on this bike to test ride it, is the moment he pulled off it just stalled, and I went, yeah, I know, you have to rev it a bit. I'm going to get a map done to sort that out, because that's supposed to sort it. Well, I can definitely say it sorted it. At least today, it feels like it sorted it. one thing I should have asked them to do, and that was, don't let the bike run so hot, like let the fan kick in at like 100, not past 100. I should have asked them to do that, because I think it kicks in at like 103, 102, something like that. I should have maybe asked them to make it kick in at 98 or something, let the bike run cooler. Yeah, 102 it kicked in. Never mind, I got the map now. I'm not going to pay again to have that little setting adjusted. And wow, it is absolutely hot today. So when I first jumped on my bike's been off all day. The water temperature, so the man has said that it was 38 degrees. So I don't think it's 38 degrees today, but it is definitely hot. It's probably the hottest day we've had in a while. I am impressed. Let's just see how much it impresses me when we get out of traffic. I will just say, I was holding back off the throttle just then. The amount of pull that just had, I wasn't expecting that. I felt the front wheel coming off. Yeah. Okay, let's do a tiny little pull. So say we're at 60 miles an hour. And then I would be like, today or not. I mean, I didn't notice much more difference. It was smoother. I mean, I guess if I was in 6th gear now and try it, before there would be a bit of a hesitation. Yeah, okay. Once you get to about 7,000 RPM, it starts to pull a lot more than it did before. I've got it on cruise control, and I noticed before the map it does a little like judder. I know it keeps flicking between 69 and 70, but I can't actually feel the bike doing that. Before I could feel the bike like letting off the throttle a little bit, especially on this section of motorway, but I'm not feeling that now. There is no, oh, and there's not as much vibration through the bars at 70 miles an hour. Like, I did not notice hardly any vibration. That was smoothed out. There's a bit of vibration now, but now it gets to 67, it kind of goes. Before at 70 miles an hour, literally you'd get a bit of vibration. Must admit, when I did that first pull coming off the roundabout, I kind of got a little bit of an adrenaline rush. Ah, okay. When I would look over and I'd want to come on and someone's directly beside me and I'd just want to open the throttle bit to get in front of them, there would be like a bit of a, I'm not going, but I'm just going to make you get there eventually. That time I just opened it. Oh no, okay, I am noticing it now. I am noticing it. Okay, at 70 miles an hour I'm noticing it. Yeah, I am noticing it. I can feel the front back like hopping up more than it used to. I'm going to go a different way home. I'm going to continue up this way a little bit. I can't get the words out. I'm trying to find the words. It feels more refined. It feels like how it's supposed to be. Oh, that is so much nicer, that quick shifter. That's because of the timing on the engine or something has been changed. I'm glad I've still got my pops. So before, when I would hold the revs in a certain place and go and use the quick shifter, it would kind of sometimes want me to use it and not, like you'd have to force it more. But now it's like, no, I'm putting you into gear. Oh, I love those pops. They also sound a little bit more refined. Ah, that's so good. The way it pulls off now. Always a bit cautious when pulling off from a start. If I let go of the clutch too quick, it's going to stall on me. Now, I haven't had that on any of my other bikes. Like, I can rev it, dump the clutch, and it would just woof, go. But this just had, you know, if you're at about 4,000 RPM. Yeah, did you see that? So it went all the way down, and I felt the moment it went, and I looked at this, the moment it went below 2,000 RPM, it all of a sudden put more throttle on for me by itself to stop it stalling out. BHP UK, whatever you did with that wizardry right there, thank you so much, because that is so much nicer to pull away. Oh, blimey. Where this bike is so smooth, I literally just went on autopilot, and I know what 50 miles an hour used to feel like on this bike. But where it's so much smoother, I've lost all my senses, and I accidentally was going a little bit over. It was situations like this where I'm like, oh, I've got to make sure I get a clean start and a pull away and everything, because if I stall it in between these cars, it could put me in danger. I'm kind of thinking that now, actually, to be honest. I'm like, oh my god, I need to make sure I don't stall it. Oh wow, no. that rev's popped up a lot quicker. Look, okay, normally I would be doing 30 around there. It's a 40 miles an hour road. Normally I'd be doing 30 going around that bit. Because of how smooth that throttle felt, I already was up to 40. And I'm not like, I'm not trying to over exaggerate this, guys. I really want you to actually know that I'm being genuine with this. I'm taken back by how it's transformed. It feels like the bike I had before, but it's a newer model or something. It's more just refined. It feels like my bike, but not like updated. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I am absolutely fucking loving this. And I'm not one for swearing in blogs, but I needed to emphasize how good that is, guys. What are you talking about? I'm doing 38 miles an hour. Yeah, I was saying I was doing like 43 or something, and there's no one really behind me, like speeding. Just pulling through that truck and that van just then. Normally I kind of would be like, but this just was like, no, I'm going. It made me feel with more confidence. Oh my god, that just shoots off. I have to get used to that response when taking off. Where I'm used to trying to open it a little bit to not let it stall out, I've still got that programmed in my head, and now it feels like I'm overdoing it when pulling away, like I've still got that panic. But that's sorted out. It's pulling away like my 750 does. And when I say 750, my GSXR 750. and that's been mapped and dynoed. Unfortunately you can't flush the ECU on that because it's quite a bit older, so it's got a power commander instead. Give it a second gear pull, let's see what this is like. Holy shit! Okay, okay! Woohoo! Oh my god! What the fuck have they done to this? Okay, I've never launched. I have to calm the fuck down now because adrenaline. Woo! Wow. Wow. Through the whole lot. That was just pulling. Oh my god. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna have to get used to this again. I was not expecting that. Oh. That has just made me sweat instantly. Oh, okay, maybe I haven't calmed down. I'm still pounding. My heart's still pounding. Well, I am gonna end the vlog of the test ride right there, guys. I'm going to give it maybe a day or so to reflect back on what I felt and everything, and give you my genuine end thoughts, because I could say anything right now because of the adrenaline. Like, I need to reflect back on this, so here I go. These are my afterthoughts. It's been a couple of weeks now since I've did my first ride after the tune. The reason I've left it so long is because I wanted to ride it a fair few more times just to make sure that it wasn't sort of like a placebo effect. You obviously saw a minute ago that I got really excited towards the end and I was like, wow, this is like amazing. Let's get right into my thoughts. What did I notice? So I actually noticed quite a lot of things. Like, the bike was totally transformed. The throttle response is more crisp, it's cleaner. As before, it was kind of like, if you're in a certain RPM range and you open it up, you could feel electronics sort of like working away there. You just felt a little bit disconnected to the bike, just a little bit. And now you don't, you get that feedback. The off the throttle is much smoother. The quick shifter, that is so much more refined. Before, I'd be sort of like holding it a little bit, getting to speed ever so gradually, and I'd hit a quick shifter, whether it was up or down. Sometimes it would sort of like hesitate. It didn't want to change unless you're really on it or you're completely off, depending, you know, on the quick shift or the auto blipper. But that's been sorted out. Like, that's refined now. It really doesn't matter where in the rev range, how much throttle input I'm putting on, whether I'm coasting. If I go up or down, it literally will select exactly where I want it to go. Motorway cruising, so much better now. I have noticed that the vibration is still there, 5,000 RPM, but the bike does feel smoother at 70 miles per hour. Let's talk about the main thing I noticed. The instant throttle response when you're going 100%. Doesn't matter whether you're down low or whether you're up high. Literally, when you want 100%, that thing's at 100%, and it is going. And not only is it going, like, it's more than it was before. Torque, brake horsepower, it just really goes. You can feel the linear power that it's just presenting you with. Before, it would sort of like be, you'd feel a little bit of a dip, and now you don't. It's just like go, 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 go. And when it gets towards the, you know, higher of the RPM, it would gradually slow. But now it's not. It's just going, and it's awesome. No, that's it now. One of them was your parcel. So overall, will I actually say, is it worth it? Now, That's really dependent on you. It's convenient that I can do it at home, and yes, you're not going to get the best out of the tune, okay, because it is kind of like a generic makeshift tune when you program it at home, so it's not going, you know, on a live dyno. I am soon going to be upgrading it. I'm going to be putting new velocity stacks in. I am changing the air temp sensor, moving it more towards the front, because I've heard that that's sort of like a bit of an issue on a tune. I'm also going to be changing an exhaust system, and then I will be taking it to a dyno and getting it remapped, because they don't do a tune for the velocity stacks. Oh, and I'm also going to remove the resonator tubes at the front as well. I'll be showing you how to do all of that in upcoming videos. The unit itself, it is a bit pricey. It's almost what you would pay for a dyno. A dyno tune is £500 thereabouts, and the device itself was £450. Not only do you just get the tune, okay, with it, you can also use it to reset service lights and use it as a diagnostics tool as well. So that's quite convenient that they've done that, and I like that. And you can change some things on there. I haven't really dived into that, but I will in a future video, and I will play with it a bit more when I familiarise myself with the unit itself. Would I buy it again? If I was just going to keep the bike standard as it was, and I wanted to get the full potential out of the bike and to get it to ride like it does now, yeah, I would buy the unit again for the convenience, especially if I want to take it to BMW. Like, say if you've got one of the new, you know, the new Gen 3 dealerships, when they go into the ECU and stuff like that, because you've modified it, now they have to reset the ECU and they'll charge you for that. So before taking it in, you can actually put it back to standard, give it to them to play with and fix, and the warranty and all that, and then when you get it back home, you can put your map back on. So it's as simple as that. That I think is a good feature about it, as every time you want to change the map with a dyno, you have to pay £500 every time. Now, if I just change an exhaust system, for instance, and I changed something small about my bike, I'll just pay £120 and I can retune that and not have to go to a dyno. They will literally send me over a file over for a full system. I'm not taking that route. I'm doing a lot more modifications, so they don't have that on file because it's quite unique, and I will be doing a video on that too. For me, the unit's worth it. I wish I waited a little bit longer, knowing that I was going to do all this extra tuning anyway, and I probably would have stuck with just taking it to a dyno once it was finished. But I was a little bit impatient. I wanted to see what it would do as the bike it is now. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. If I was going to leave the bike where it is, yeah, it's, for me personally, it's a good investment. It's entirely up to you whether you are willing to pay almost £500. I can say it is a big noticeable difference. Okay, it's not like you're just throwing money at it for no reason. Also another good thing that I've noticed about this is if there was something with the tune that I didn't like I've spoke to BHP UK on the phone, and I was just questioning a little bit about, I want a bit more engine braking. Like, I did ask for that originally, but then I said to him, no, don't worry about that, just give me your set tune. And I thought that it was going to have the same sort of amount of engine braking. It was a little bit aggressive before. Now it's on the opposite end of the scale where it's not aggressive enough. So I spoke to them and they're like, yeah, by all means, the technician's back in on Monday. Give us a call. We'll talk to you about giving you a map with a bit more engine braking. And also, I didn't mention to them at the time, but I've actually got the exhaust valve fully open all the time. Like, I've disconnected the cables but left the motor plugged in and everything, so I don't get the codes. That's something that they can actually remove for you on the tune if you ask for it. But I need to tell them as well that, oh, it's open all the time, by the way. It's not got the standard exhaust valve anymore. I am going to get a quick little new map with a couple of tweaks for no charge, because I wasn't 100% happy overall. This is why it's taken me a couple of weeks to actually talk to you about this. I would have waited a little bit longer until after Monday and given my afterthoughts, but I'm going on a track day on Tuesday. I'm not going to have time to do the new map that they're going to send me, and I'm going to be doing a video on my track day on the XR and on my GSXR 750. There'll be a video coming up about all the modifications I've done to it and the track day itself. Anyway, enough of the jibber jabber there. I hope I have answered your question on whether you should get this or not. So if you have any questions, just put that down in the comments. I will get back to you if you're interested about this device. Also, please subscribe, like, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my future coming videos. And you all ride safe, and ta-ta for now.